Box Butte County man could be facing a murder charge after the man he's accused of stabbing dies from his injuries. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 66-year-old Alliance man who was arrested last Friday after being accused of stabbing another man could be facing a murder charge after the victim dies from his injuries. George W. Smith is accused of stabbing 42-year-old Stephen Oliver following an argument that transpired last Friday. Oliver was transported to Box Butte General Hospital but died later that evening. Smith has remained in custody since the incident. However, online court records do not show that any charges have been filed 1 week later. Sticking with the courts now, as a Scottsbluff man is facing a DUI charge following a single vehicle rollover crash that occurred last night on the southeastern edge of Gering. Emergency responders called to the area of Murphy Tractor around 8:20 p.m. with a report of a vehicle rolling over into the property. Captain Jason Rogers says investigators determined 28-year-old Christopher Snyder of Scottsbluff was driving a 2007 Mini Cooper westbound on Old Oregon Trail Road and attempted to turn northbound onto 21st Avenue. Rogers says a witness told officers it appeared the vehicle was traveling in excess of 60 miles per hour at the time, going through the intersection, hitting a utility pole, stop sign, and skid steer. Investigators say the car traveled over 400 feet before tipping on its side and coming to a rest on its top. Rogers says Snyder and the two passengers were transported to Regional West with non-life-threatening injuries, and the vehicle was impounded by Gering police. Snyder was arrested for DUI. Well, Unified Command reporting Thursday afternoon that the Panhandle saw an additional 12 new COVID-19 cases in the region. The latest cases include 5 in Morrill County, 4 in Scottsbluff County, 2 in Sioux County, and 1 in Kimball County, the first in several months. Through last evening, PPHD says the Panhandle has had a total of 267 positive cases, 3 deaths, and 166 recoveries. That leaves 98 active cases with 6 active hospitalizations throughout the Panhandle. Breaking down those numbers, as Scottsbluff County has 76 active cases, Morrill County with 8, Cheyenne County with 7, Sioux County with 5 active cases, and 1 each in Kimball and Dawes counties. And during his weekly media briefing, Governor Pete Ricketts discussed the state of Nebraska's Community Cares program. Through the initiative, the state is allocating $85 million to support community organizations such as food banks, shelters, and mental health care providers as they face increased demand for their services due to the coronavirus pandemic. DHHS CEO Danette Smith joined the governor to provide additional information about the program.
These dollars are going to be utilized particularly for community cares for those non-for-profits, houses of worship, child care, and charitable organizations to help them continue to provide services in the communities of Nebraska.
You can find more information at dhhs.ne.gov/communitycares. And the United Way of Western Nebraska has announced that Community Table in Alliance is the newest grant recipient from the COVID-19 Community Compassion Fund. The organization was selected to receive a grant to assist with the increasing number of meals that they are serving. Executive Director Steph Black says to date, about $27,000 in donations have been received from throughout the Panhandle, with past grant recipients including Capwin, the Scottsbluff County Volunteer Center, and First Christian Church. Black says at this time, United Way is shifting their focus from the COVID-19 Community Compassion Fund to their annual Stuff the Bus school supply drive, and they're now accepting donations to purchase school supplies for area children. Well, coming up after the break, going to be a hot weekend across the region. The Warriors got your full forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Take a look at our weather story this evening. We're looking at possibility of a stray thunderstorm or two this evening. Temperatures are still quite mild before we drop off. We could see a couple of strong storms. The cool down today, though, short-lived, as that heat is going to return tomorrow and really turn it up into the early part of next week, and a stormy possibility there on Tuesday. And yesterday was another of those really warm days. We hit 97 degrees back on Thursday. We did get some rain Thursday night, and it was varying amounts across the area, some very heavy rain. Here at Scottsbluff Airport, just 3,300s, 3,400s at Rural Radio Studios, and other places got 2 inches or more. Some just stirred up the dust. Well, it's been a very comfortable afternoon today, with temperatures in the lower and middle 80s across the region, some 70s there on the Wyoming side. Winds have been light throughout most of the day. You can see we pushed that severe weather possibility further south, out across eastern Colorado, much of Kansas, southern Nebraska, but nonetheless our central and southern areas of the Panhandle in line for the potential for severe storms or strong storms through the evening hours tonight. Tomorrow we'll push that area off further to the south and east of us, and Sunday it'll start to come back in from the west. Well, here's Futurecast. This is what we think may be in the offing for this evening. You'll see that line of thunderstorms across that I-80 corridor, and then kind of clearing out later on in the evening. In terms of our low temperatures, fairly comfortable, mid and upper 50s tonight. And then tomorrow, not too much going on, but keep an eye again on that southern Panhandle corridor, where we may see some thunderstorm activity brew up. Now, this is late in the afternoon on Saturday. Could see some action there across the southern Panhandle Saturday evening. Ahead to the rest of the period, not too much happening there on the Futurecast. Highs tomorrow, though, go right back up into the 90s. We do think there's the possibility of getting some usable precip amounts there in the southern Panhandle corridor beginning either tonight or tomorrow. If you catch one of those, it might be usable amounts. Look for possibility of a thunderstorm tonight, otherwise 59 for our low and right back to 93 tomorrow. And ahead you can see the real warm-up coming Sunday, Monday. then a chance for thunderstorms again on Tuesday.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Renewal by Anderson, we know this coronavirus is scary, but we also know that America is the greatest country on earth, and we will stand together to defeat it. We want to ensure the safety of our customers, team members, and their families. We're taking every precaution with the strictest sanitary measures. Field employees are checking their temperatures regularly and using all safety precautions. Your home has never been more critical. Let our team at Renewal by Anderson improve it with the best windows and doors anywhere. Renewal by Anderson, we're here for you during this tough time and beyond.
With magnificent views and a majestic rolling landscape, Scenic Knolls Golf Course welcomes you. Located 2 miles north of Mitchell, make your way to the top course in the valley. Recent renovations and the highest quality greens in western Nebraska provide a fantastic golf experience at a terrific value. Scenic Knolls provides exciting golf for all skill levels and is where PGA Tour pro Nate Lashley got his start. After your round or anytime you're hungry, stop into Ayala's restaurant for good food and drinks. Call today and book your tee time or go online at mitchellcity.net/recreation.
Welcome back. 4 farm walls have taken root this month in Goshen County, including 2 in Torrington. Back in February, Goshen County Economic Development Community Development Director Sandy Hone wrote a grant for just a single farm wall through the Wyoming Business Council.
What was really cool is it was only for 1 farm wall, and but we heard that there was more than 1 farm wall available, so we asked for as many as we could get. So Goshen County received 4 farm walls, which was the most in the state. So that's super exciting for us.
The farm walls are small, vertical, aquaponic growing systems that don't require soil, but will have fish, snails, and lily pads. One of the walls is in front of the Torrington City building, but after a couple of years, it will move downtown. Dennis Estes, who is both the city's building official and president of the Wyoming Main Street Committee, says without a doubt, this wall is meant for downtown.
Where this was really headed was to get the Main Street businesses to buy into it, but with the COVID, it just messed everything up. So that's why they're sitting where they are right now. It's really made for Main Street program to be on the Main Street. So when people are shopping, they stop, they go into the store and ask what's going on. It's a big, huge hit in Laramie and a lot of the other towns in the state of Wyoming. So that's kind of our direction we'd like to head. So that's, and it's all just experimental right now, but I'm really excited we get the fish and see how that all works out.
The 2 walls in Torrington are at City Hall and the Senior Center, with another wall in Fort Laramie, and then 1 in Lingle. Carolyn McBurney, who's a member of the Community Presbyterian Church of Lingle and the Downtown Committee, says the church became home to one of the walls by luck.
Just so happened that there was a meeting that night at the church, and the topic was to talk about things we could do for the community and outreach into the community, and it was like, this just fell in our lap and it was perfect. So we jumped at the chance and made it happen.
McBurney says the produce from their walls will feed the community when it's ready.
Our goal is to develop a plan for Lingle for community outreach to help supplement with some of the programs there.
The 4th wall is located at the Fort Laramie Community Center, which also houses a community garden. Planting Roots Preschool will help grow the produce for the farm wall next year. This year, the preschool grew all the flowers that were planted in town planters. Well, still to come, your Friday 5 and your weekend community calendar. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
It's summertime and it is time to hit the road.
Hello and welcome to this summer road trip in edition of Friday 5, which is brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
We have a big day planned at the lake, but we have to get there first.
June is Renewable Fuels Month, which is a pretty good excuse for us to fuel up with E15 and hit the road.
Ethanol is a popular choice at the pump, and you might be used to seeing E10, but unleaded 88 or E15 is a high-performance fuel with 15% ethanol. It burns cleaner and cooler than regular gasoline.
Any vehicle 2001 or newer is approved to use unleaded 88. That's about 90% of all vehicles on the road today.
So we made it to Holmes Lake in Lincoln, Nebraska, but it was hard to choose which one to go to.
That's because there are over 24 natural and man-made lakes in the state. That's according to Visit Nebraska.
Plus, there are nearly 80,000 miles of rivers across Nebraska, and those miles provide water for irrigation and habitats for numerous plant, animal, and fish species.
While we're at the lake, it's a good time to do some fishing.
According to the Nebraska Game and Parks, there are over 100 species of fish in the state, 78 of which are presumed to be native to Nebraska.
Catfish are among the most popular fish in the state, but the majority of catfish production occurs in Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas.
In culture ponds, fish are fed a complete diet typically composed of soybean meal and other seed or grain products with only a small amount of animal protein.
And number 2, June is also National Camping Month. According to the Outdoor Industry Association, over 40 million Americans went camping at least once in 2016.
And everyone knows you can't go camping without some snacks.
A camping favorite, s'mores, wouldn't be possible without wheat and soybean farmers.
Obviously, flour is used in making graham crackers, but so is soybean oil. Soybean oil has a high smoke point around 450 degrees, which means it can be used for cooking food at high temperatures without breaking down.
And finally, if you brought your diesel to the lake, fill up with some biodiesel on your way home.
The United Soybean Board says biodiesel reduces greenhouse gases by up to 86% compared to petroleum diesel.
Biodiesel also helped increase soybean value by 63 cents per bushel between 2006 and 2015.
And for every unit of fossil fuel energy used to produce biodiesel, 5.5 units of renewable energy are returned, and that's the best of any U.S. fuel.
That'll do it for this summer road trip in edition of Friday 5, which is brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Have a great weekend.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Nebraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer a highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, the short 10-day window for selling and using fireworks began yesterday, and local retailers are optimistic for a good year in spite of challenges created by the pandemic. Discount fireworks owner Eric Wilcox says that fortunately he had over-ordered last year, so he has sufficient inventory to fill in the gaps created by shortages that are being felt industry-wide.
Actually, in the ordering process, my wholesalers were only able to get a certain amount in, probably about 90% of their inventory, because of all the things that happened over in China. And then by the time they opened back up, it takes about 6-7 weeks to ship stuff over. And by that time, it's now. So it's really changed the amount of fireworks in the whole industry.
Wilcox says they still have some new products that were just introduced this year, as the manufacturers stay a couple years ahead in development of new fireworks. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.